Alrighty, welcome to the channel. I'm going to do a morning wrap up. So at 9:30, we kind of opened up. We had a seller here. Now, I did not want to try and go long at the open because I normally just wait a few minutes, at least 5 minutes when the market opens up. As you can see here, we had a bunch of sellers accumulating right up in here. These are 25 contracts each dot, and then 50 or more contracts for the ellipses. As you can see here, we pushed down. So you could have taken a short. If you wanted to go short, you could have taken a short and you would have been good. Then we started trading back up. Once we started trading above this seller right here, we started pushing back up into this area. Now, I did not get long here because we had all this resistance right here. But once we broke that area, once we broke this area right here, when you break that area right there with all those sellers, then you have a strong buyer there, and then you have a 50 or more contract. That's for one order. Buyer right here, you can buy the break of that high, that 5-minute high right there. Now, if you did that, uh, your stop could be down here about 40 points. But if you did break that high and you got up here, up into this area, and we couldn't push anymore, then you'd probably take about 30 points. But as you can see here in the morning, we actually started accumulating a lot of buy orders up in this area. Then we had this candle, 5-minute candle, we had a double stacked buy and balance area right here around 160. Around the 160 mark, we had a buy and balance area. So this was support. Now we had a seller try to step in. It was like between 25 and 50 contracts. That blue violet dot, that's a seller. Now they got trapped because once we started trading above, you could have actually gotten in once we started trading up above this area right here on this candle. We got in. We had a strong buyer up here, but we could not get any follow through. So you would have to read the delta on like a 1 minute or something to be able to understand that we're not really pushing through. And then once we started coming back down, you probably get out for about 25-point move, maybe 25-point move. Get yourself about $400 or $500. Then we had a pullback to this area and to this buy and balance area. That is support. We had a pullback, and then on the 5-minute, we had a between 25 to 50 contract buyer step in. Okay, so you can actually jump back in on a 5-minute on the break of this. Now you had a seller right there, but you had a buyer, but a seller of 50 more contracts. Once you got up to this area and you really didn't break through, you could have gotten out for probably about 30 points. But the momentum after we took out these sellers down here, once we took them out, the momentum has been upward. We've been on a 5-minute, we've gotten some slight pullbacks, but the momentum has been upwards. Now, if you're going to be trading off a 5-minute chart, you just have to lower your contract size if you want to trade off a 5-minute, or you can scalp off of a 1 minute if you want to, or 30-second. So, but you really want to look for trapped buyers and sellers. Okay, this right here, this whole morning move, right around about 9:40, we took out all those sellers, and then right as far as we know, we are grinding up for right now. We're just grinding up, and then you had a large seller that got taken out, and then we had a large seller here, 50 more contracts that got taken out, and we've kind of been drifting up. Now we've been getting up into this area, into the overnight highs. So I'm not taking any more trades, but I didn't take any shorts. I didn't take any shorts in the morning, but once we started taking these sellers out, I got into a few longs and I made a little bit of money. Mondays are kind of bad for me, so I don't go all crazy and do a lot of trades. I just get green for the day and kind of move on. Tuesdays are usually better days for me.